Welcome to solverfy.
So in this problem, we are given this reaction equation between KO2 and CO2, where K2 is CO3 and O2 or oxygen is produced. So the first question here is how many moles of O2 are produced when zero point 0.4 mole of KO2 reacts in this reaction. So from the balanced chemical equation, we can see that um, 4 mole of KO2 will produce 3 mole of oxygen. That means from here, um, we can find out how many mole of O2 will be produced from zero point 0.4 mole of KO2. That means 0.4 mole KO2 will produce 3/4 times 0.4 mole, which is equal to 0.3 mole O2. That means 0.4 mole of KO2 will produce 0.3 mole of O2. Now, in the second part of this problem, we are asked to find out how many grams of KO2 are needed to form 7.5 gram of O2. So what we have to do is we just have to convert this gram into number of moles, and again we can just find out how many moles of KO2 will be required to produce that much mole of O2, and from there we can find out how many grams of KO2 will be needed to form 7.5 gram O2. So again here we can see that so first let's find out the number of moles of O2 for 7.5 gram O2. So um, as you know that the number of moles is basically the mass over molar mass. That means 7.5 gram O2 is 7.5 over 32, which is the molar mass of O2. Since for one oxygen it is 16, the molar mass of a single oxygen atom is 16. That means for O2 molecule it is 32. So if we divide 7.5 by 32, we will get a value of 0.234. So this is the number of mole of 7.5 gram O2. Now we have to find out how many moles of KO2 we need to produce 0.234 mole of O2. So since 3 mole O2 is produced from 4 mole KO2 is produced from 4 mole KO2. That means 0.23 mole O2 will be produced from 4 by 3 times 0.234 mole, which is equal to 0.3125 312 mole KO2. That means 0.312 mole KO2 will produce 0.234 mole O2, which is the number of moles of 7.5 gram O2. Now, from this number of moles, you can find out the mass of KO2 which is required. So we just simply multiply this number of moles of KO2 by the molar mass of KO2, which is 71.1. So mass of KO2 which is required is 0.312 mole times the molar mass of KO2, which is 71.1 gram per mole, and this will give us a value of 22.22. So this is the mass of KO2 which is required are needed to form 7.5 gram of O2. Now, in the last part of this problem, we have to find out how many grams of CO2 are used when 7.5 gram O2 are produced. Um, Same as before, we have to find out the number of moles of 7.5 gram O2, which we have already calculated. So for 7.5 gram O2, the number of moles is 0.234 mole. So we have to find out, to produce 0.234 mole O2, how many mole of CO2 we require. So we can see that to produce 3 mole O2, we have to use uh, 2 mole CO2. That means 3 mole O2 is produced from 2 mole CO2. That means 0.234 mole O2 will be produced from 2 over 3 times 0.234 mole, which is equal to 0.156 mole CO2. So this is the number of mole of CO2 which is required to produce 0.234 mole O2 or 7.5 gram O2. Now we have to convert this number of moles of CO2 to grams, and we can do that by simply multiplying this number of moles by the molar mass of CO2. So mass of CO2 which is required is equal to the number of moles of CO2, which is 0.156 mole, and the molar mass of CO2 is 44.01 gram per mole. It will give us a value of 6.86 gram CO2. So this is the mass of CO2 um, which is required or used to produce 7.5 gram O2.